We wanted the finale experience, but this is what we got.
Hey, Jeff.
Hello.
Half of you lovely viewers here are in my home country, the USA. Of this half, I would guess the majority maybe aren't aware of what has become the heartbeat of European enduro riding, Finale Ligure, Italy. But the other near 40% of you are already quite familiar with this coastal enclave, well saturated in both chain lube and tire sealant. Just for fun, let me know down in the comments if you've heard of this spot, if you've been, and if so, what your favorite trail is. As most of Europe drowns under liters and liters of rain, it's a quick flight to Milan, followed by a 3-hour drive to a much warmer, very vibrant home of the sport. A small gelato town with a shuttling problem.
I got to shuttle up in a little Fiat. It was awesome.
First popped up on the international mountain bike radar in about 2008, when it began to hold enduro races.
Hello. Hello.
As the Italian Super Enduro Series and eventually the first EWS Series held races in town, news spread of a network of trails so expensive that maps looked like upturned bowls of pasta. So what would these trails be like? What were the vibes? Was it a potential new dream experience? Or would we find time dealing with our lactose intolerance and needs for interpreters?
Try Conillo, like YOLO.
Conillo. Conillo.
Yeah, kind of. But good job for trying.
Pivot Cycles flew Logan and me out in order to show us the new Firebird Enduro bike. I posted a video all about the new Firebird, and I'll have a link to that in the description below. But the bird wasn't the only thing I was looking forward to.
Good morning, everyone. Here's the town of Finale Ligure. We're in Italy, right on the side of the Mediterranean. And today's plan is to go for a big cross-country ride on e-bikes. And we've been chilling with these guys, Evolve. Where's the shop name? I don't think they have their name outside. There it is, Evolve Finale. And today we're getting set up on Pivot Shuttle AM e-bikes. I've ridden one of these once. Logan's here too. And we've been riding with a really fun, really fast guide named Vito. And I think the president of Pivot, Brian, is gonna be cruising with us. Fast forwarding a little bit, we've been e-biking all morning here and we stopped for some gelato and lunch, but I wanna make sure I've still got enough energy for the next 4 hours of riding we have in front of us. And one trick I've found over the last few years is to put a simple electrolyte supplement into your water bottle. I've been really lucky to partner with the fine folk over at Element, spelled LMNT, and they make exactly that, a super simple electrolyte supplement. I use this a lot and I rely on it. Let's make a quick bottle. Element's a very simple mixture, sodium, potassium, magnesium, with a tiny bit of natural flavor and stevia to make it a bit more interesting than plain water. And I found that with one of these, it makes quite a difference in your all-day performance. If you'd like to try Element, I've got a link in the description below. It's drinkelement, spelled lmnt.com/Jeff, Jeff. Any purchases from that link down below will earn you a free sample pack as well. Today we're drinking citrus salt, which is one of my and Logan's favorite flavors. Big thanks to Element for their support and to all of you for trying this stuff over the past few years and letting me know if you like it down in the comments below. Give it a shake, shake, shake. Thanks, Element, and stay salty, everyone.
Sampling these trails has been something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. Back when I worked at Ibis Cycles, we spent a fair bit of time with our Italian distributor, 4Jump. One of the owners of 4Jump is this famous fellow, the amazing Enrico Guala. Enrico ran the Italian Super Enduro Series that began the entire enduro racing scene in Finale, and eventually went on to be a founding member of the Enduro World Series.
We felt it was time for enduro to hit the world, and so we did.
Every year I worked at Ibis, I'd get an invitation to come over and race in Finale. And every year, I'd be too busy with work to actually make it over. To finally get to ride the trails that Enrico and Andrea would tell me about was certainly a very fulfilling moment. I didn't get a chance to ride with Enrico, but I did see him briefly while filming this drone shot here. Hopefully next time, we can actually take a moment to ride together. After 3 days of smashing through rock gardens and flying down the highly popular tracks common with tourists from all corners of Europe, our fourth and final day on the ground was going to be spent on a selection of trails forming some of the locals' most favorite descents. We wanted the Finale experience, but this is what we got.
Did I introduce you to the camera yet?
No.
This is Vittorio.
Nice to meet you, everybody.
Our plan was to shuttle up to a zone we'd ridden the day prior, but to pedal past the drop-in we'd already done and instead ride down a separate ridgeline.
We just shuttled up. We're at a mountaintop resort. I'm not sure what this resort is. There's a lot of logging equipment across the street, but we were here yesterday riding through some frozen trees, and today we're comfortably in t-shirts. And we have shuttled our e-bikes as a way to make the battery last a bit longer and be expedient with time.
cool.
They are e-bikes, they are not motorcycles at the end of the day. Mopeds, not motorcycles.
We came to experience more shuttles than the NASA program. What we got were a few transfers from ridge to ridge aboard some beautiful fresh-cut trails.
So different already.
Yeah, much softer. Our trails are more like that back home.
Yeah?
Fresher,
Ah, yeah, you got loam.
but steeper.
We don't have that much.
Oh my God.
So here, it's pretty open. It could be nice for a drone shot.
I came to Finale expecting constant views of the sun-baked Mediterranean. What I also got were views north of some amazing snow-capped alpine peaks. The connector trails were absolutely fantastic.
See those two wind turbines?
Yeah.
That's actually Happy that we do with the off-road car.
Oh,
And there's some crazy nice trails on that mountain.
cool.
Heading out with e-bikes, I figured we'd mostly be riding the same high-speed, rough and rowdy trails that we've been riding the enduro rigs for the prior days. But what we got was, well, some fun little climb challenges.
Try it if you want.
Okay.
It's gonna do it first, right?
Yeah, I think Highline's better, Vito.
Yeah, it's better. It's not my thing.
Yeah, Brian, you got it. The desert dweller. Oh! Yeah, Brian, this is it. There it is. Nice. This is it, Vito.
Yeah.
Vito.
Yeah.
I came expecting hordes of spectators. Instead, what we found were fairly empty trails.
Smells like brakes. Oh, this is a maze.
The slate was pretty bumpy and really tested our abilities to find any kind of smoothness down this section of trail. But at the same time, once we got sick of this, we had something else to look forward to.
Wow, berms.
Yeah, it changes so much.
And if you've ever been to Finale, chances are you rode this trail here. This is one of the most popular descents in the region. And you might have rode it faster than us with cooler moves and cooler lines. I think this is the only time we went down it. It was definitely fun, but I was stoked to get a big sampling of what Finale has to offer. Now that I've been home for a couple of weeks, when I think back to Finale, I think turn, 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 jump, jump, turn, 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 jump. And that's basically what this trail is. It's a fun one.
then go right.
Go right.
I'm not very good at those things, so.
I came expecting no problems on any climb challenges. What I actually got was a lack of traction and a nice thick slice of humble pie as Logan and Brian made it effortlessly up this rock.
It's too slippery. It's not worth trying.
Yeah,
Brian. Nice. You got it.
Good job.
Oh, nice. On the crack.
Good job.
As many of you know by now, Logan is no slouch on the bike, and he got some great follow cam right behind Vito El Coniglio down one of Vito's favorite local trails. I came expecting views of the coast, but what I found was views of Jose. And then views of me. And Logan loved this.
Oh my God.
I came expecting to use the e-bike for uphill propulsion, but what I found was that we were simply riding too much for even an e-bike. Instead, we loaded the e-bikes onto shuttle trailers for yet another uplift. Batteries still had some juice, though we'd certainly made more of a dent. I came expecting a decent amount of riding, but what I got was a Paul Bunyan-sized portion of single track. The riding finale is very high speed. Trails do not have man-made jumps. Instead, we're trying to find natural objects to use as takeoffs, and the luxury of landings are left primarily to the airport. There are many, many trails. However, the trails get less individual building than much of what is found here in the USA.
It's not mountain biking without a diving board. Oh my God.
The result is far fewer berms, and most man-made berms are of a very low angle. Do not expect Sea Otter dual slalom style walls to guide you through the mountains. Instead, on these high-speed trails, you're leaning your bike while dodging that ancient tree on both the inside and outside of each corner. Thinking back to the trip, there were two jumps I remember distinctly. This is one of them. On a European EMTB, you'll often be beyond the 25 km/h speed limit, which is a mere 15 mph in American units.
If they're saying it's fast, it's gonna be a freeway. Oh my gosh. Phew.
The game is far more one of maintaining speed and attempting to use the brakes as little as possible. With the bigger e-bikes, trying to pump and jump isn't quite as productive as on acoustic bikes, though it still definitely does help.
Oh my God, look.
Yeah, boy.
I came expecting bionic guides fueled by espresso who would never ever be worn out. What I found was an absolutely rad guide who held incredible pace, but by day 4, all of us, guide included, could have gone for a bit of trailside caffeine.
I'm tired, mate. I'm just gonna go over here randomly. It's not super nice, but...
Mature.
I came expecting a club sandwich and maybe a Red Bull, but what I found was an entire cafe finely tuned for the mountain bike rider, including a slew of outlets to charge the e-bikes during lunch.
Just rolled up to this cafe and they had e-bike chargers just ready for us to
take place for the gelato because you have a ton of handmade gelato available for you guys.
A ton?
So, yeah, like more than 2 kilos of gelato available. Oh, wow.
Yes!
So,
I've never had this before.
T'ho detto stracciatella, pistacchi e nocciole.
You're an understated man, Jeff.
I also saw a grasshopper steal someone's bike. Goodbye, egg roll-sized little buddy.
Lunch is over. Let's go do some shuttles. Yes, we're shuttling on e-bikes. It's a very high-pitched two-stroke.
fresh charge, boost all the time.
We came expecting to ride iconic trails, but we rode those, and I sort of had my fill after the first day. What we got was a lovely climb into a gorgeous flower-filled meadow.
Follow me, Jeff. We're never going inside.
Dropping into the final descent, and tires were hooking up beautifully on some soft, fresh dirt. If the ride was dinner, this part was the tiramisu. This next bit of trail was some of the best of the whole trip, so let's watch about a minute of GoPro here from Logan as he follows behind me and up in front, Vito. And right up here is the best berm I rode in Italy.
I go on the left because the right one, you did the right one, right?
Yeah, I bottomed out.
But it kicks you. It kicks you too much. I don't like it.
Bottomed out, fork,
That's why I don't
wheel,
do it.
arms, teeth.
His one is too flowy.
I feel like I've gotten 50% better at turning. There's so many turns.
I'd have to agree with Logan. It's almost like Strava doesn't exist out here because there's so many turns and so few straight lines. Very different than North America.
Yeah. Woo. Oh, tight.
Cool. E-biking. Do you need some glasses?
What kind?
I have a second set. They have either clear or polarized lenses. I got both lenses.
I could try some clear.
I was laughing in my mind. I'm thinking like, there's an assload of trust put in Vito right now because everyone's just like, we're not going slow, and everyone's kind of like really similar lines.
I go exactly
like,
where Vito goes.
We could just stack up pretty easily.
I know. It's kind of like the telephone game, you know?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of. I feel like we're kind of riding by braille right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't like it when you guys break away because like I'm trying to hold on to you mainly because
it's harder.
It's harder to spot the lines. Like once I lose the group, I'm gone.
Yeah,
it's like there's so much speed to be gained just by knowing the corners. It's awesome.
It's so nice to go like this, just flow and hear you guys in the back.
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
And onwards, but not always upwards, the ride should continue.
Woo.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, this doesn't feel illegal. Lomer. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So many turns.
This trail was sweet. It was about as turny and fast as the prior trails, but quite a bit more trees were very close to the trail, so it seemed even more intense.
That's cool.
Every one of those, my arm was like pulling in. By the end of it, I was like, I feel good now, but that spot was just like.
Well, the card says red. Do you have more? Oh.
One thing that we quite enjoyed on this ride is it went through so many different little microclimates. Here, it's a very different riding surface than it was just a few minutes prior.
Sorry, I had a little. I tried to do a cool skid and then I almost high-sided.
Bit by bit, that Mediterranean got closer and closer, and the trail still continued to change. And this right here is one of my favorite uphill lines of the whole trip. And from that chunky ridge top, we then descended into a very ancient looking trail that was a very different feel yet again.
Can we ride this?
Logan bumped himself into something. You all right? Oh my God, you got some. Did you break your knuckle?
No, it's fine.
Just the skin?
Let's check out what exactly happened to Logan's hand.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, me, dude. I gotta fix that. They could have cut that, you know, a little bit. God damn it.
We came expecting very, very dangerous trails.
It's very techy, like I said. The first part is a beautiful crest where we can take some nice drone shots. And the thing is that it's one of the most dangerous we have ever had, and actually one...
High speed?
No, low speed.
Okay.
But very techy lines and very, very rocky. If you crash, the consequences are high.
But what we found were actually pretty chill trails, though ridden at a very high speed compared to what we're accustomed to back home. And what the Italians expected to be a very, very dangerous trail, well, to us, seemed quite a bit more chill.
Oh, wrong side of the rock. Whew, nice.
Techy, huh?
Yeah, that's really cool. That's right. That's good.
We came expecting to push our bodies, but what we got was a full-on workout. And then Brian, who had only recently gotten back on his bike after a massive shoulder surgery, decided to test the integrity of his good shoulder against an ancient tree.
Oh, everything is so close.
Luckily, the good shoulder prevailed.
Hold on. We got
Something
Did
wrong?
your shoulder pop out, Brian? Did your shoulder dislocate?
No, I'm all right. I hit my right one, luckily. I dislocated this rock over here.
It's better to dislocate rock than a shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, I hit here pretty good.
Ugh.
Yeah, I hit that handlebar, which didn't break. Yeah, I took this out.
Okay. Trail maintenance.
I hit my forearm, so I hurt back here a little bit, but it's soft tissue. I know how.
At least it's the other shoulder.
I know how it dislocated. Oh, that would have been real bad on my other shoulder. Yeah.
We came expecting iconic descents. What we got was exactly that. Sliding and carving our way through the loose over hardpack, the experience was very unique. I've lived in coastal towns in both California and Washington, but the riding in Finale is quite different. I came expecting something far smaller than what we actually got. The scene in Finale is very healthy, and now I understand just why so many enduro fanatics call this town home. The town is basically a bike park. I want to give a huge thank you to Stefano from Evolve. Stefano helped coordinate our shuttles, our guiding, accommodation in a 700-year-old house, and our overall logistics.
Thank
you for the gelato stay.
Was good?
Oh my God.
We ate it all. Every single little spoon.
It was 2.5 kilos gelato. You eat it all of it. Wow!
Stefano was an extremely gracious host, and he runs an amazing service. I'll drop a link to Evolve Finale in the description down below. Next up, big thanks to Pivot for inviting us on this trip in the first place. And finally, thanks to Element for sponsoring this video. Peace and wheelies, everybody.
This is pretty cool. We start our day off up on the NATO base at the top of the mountain, 3,000 feet up. Not super high, but still a long ways from here. Pretty cool to ride with Logan, who helped film all this. Brian Mason, the president of Pivot Bikes. And we bump into Bryce Scherbach, Influencers in the Wild, making an overexposed episode for Finale Ligure. And then a fun day chasing local guide, Vito. You guys should follow Vito on his Instagram. I'll link that below. Big thanks to all of you for tuning in. Huge thanks to Pivot for bringing me out here. Do hit that subscribe button and let me know if you enjoy these pointless adventure videos. All right, we got a flight to catch. Peace and wheelies. I'll see you in them comments. Goodbye.